How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, this video that I'm doing is very, very shocking to me. And this is the Vanguard channel, and our brother is just starting out, and he only have 51 subs. So I and a few people have really been trying to support his channel, because people supported me when I first started out, and I've lost the channel. Anyway, this is just really shocking, and this is also a good opportunity to promote his channel too. So anyway, up here it says company loses 2 Milwaukee contracts after its employees display guns. KKK, they should have said and KKK stickers. And I was like, what? So he read the whole article and everything. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the link to this video, and please sub to our King's channel, because y'all know that YouTube now got some more changes, and if you know, these small channels are trying to build up, and if you don't get so many subscribers or have enough viewing time, they're ready just to let you go. But you got to give people a chance to build up. So anyway, let me show this picture here. So this is obvious. You seeing some white boys right here. You blow it up a little bit more. They on an actual job site with guns, and they want you to see the guns. And in fact, one got a gun in his hand on a job. It's just amazing to me, because I work, y'all know it. The only work I ever done is I worked as a welder. And I got in construction when I was 19. Well, actually, I went to welding school when I was 19. And then after I got certified, I finished. And my father was a pipe fitter, so he tried his best to prepare me what I was getting into, because you can make good money working in the trades. And so I have, if in, you know, any field that any of us work in, we always have a greater insight. And I know the industry from front to back. My husband, he was an iron worker for 40 years. So, I mean, that's all we know is construction and the politics that go with it. And I was astounded by what has transpired. So I don't want to spoil it for the royal family yet, but first I want to play this first short video. Now, this first video, I'm being real specific. This is January 4th. Now, when I was doing my research on this, it took them months to come up with a decision on this, to show you how they get down in the world of construction. So let's listen to this first video.
KKK and Confederate flag stickers on this cooler at a work site near 25th and Wells. Pictures of these American Sewer Services workers holding a gun at a different site are reigniting debates about race and racism.
That didn't come from nowhere. That came from over 400 years ago. That came from a constitution that legalized slavery.
The workers have been fired, and now city aldermen are considering a proposed plan to terminate contracts with the company that once hired them.
So there's 11 contracts up for discussion. 2 of them are going to be terminated, and we still have to discuss the remaining, see if there's any room for termination without penalizing the city.
I don't believe the actions of these couple employees necessarily is an indictment of this company as well after 30 years of a stellar record. Given the amount of facts we have now, a reasonable person would say that racism was clearly tolerated on a day-to-day basis to that company. That appears to be where the facts would lead us.
A representative for the company did not come to the committee meeting or a previous one, but Alderman Borkowski says he has met with the owner.
He's taken it to heart. He really is. And I saw it on his face.
This is serious, and it's about respect, and it's about us doing proper business, professional business with the city of Milwaukee.
At City Hall, Sheldon Dutez, WISN 12 News.
The entire council could take up the issue of contracts in the coming weeks.
Okay, my royal family. Now check out the play, my royal family, before I get to the next.
KKK and
Oops.
Confederate flag stickers on this cooler at a work site.
Excuse me, my royal family. Now, check out the play on this, my royal family. Do you hear the emotion that white boy was speaking with? And he said that that contractor had a stellar record for 30 years. See, everything that they do when they bid on these contracts, my royal family, it's all an inside job. That contractor gonna always get that bid. And the other contractors will come, unquote, minority contractors, and they will allow them to bid to have it on paper so they can show that they are in compliance. But they're gonna just outright give it to the white contractors. This is how they operate throughout the United States. The white contractors know they're gonna get it, and a lot of the black contractors, they will lowball to try to get a contract, and they can't even get it. And in the world of construction, you can't even get what we call a curb and gutter contract. That's like where you're just doing sidewalks and little lightweight work. They want it all. That is their utter greed. The world of construction, my royal family, is racist. And the majority of the construction workers that work there, they are convicted felons. They're heavy drug users. They're heavy alcohol users. They beat the hell out of their wives for the most part. They can't read. They can't write. And they just ignorant. And they make a lot of them foremans and superintendents, and it's the only field that a trashy ass white boy can work in and make real good money. It's nothing to make $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year on a construction site. Nothing. That is nothing. That's easy. And one of my predictions came true. I remember when I was in my 20s and I was seeing all the crap that was happening at work, and I said, when is this going to end? They're going to take it too far. And see, the way the companies operate, they let these white boys get away with all kind of blatant racism because they feel some kind of way about them. It's all about their emotions. They like that redneck. And so they've been getting away with messing over the black employees that come there, and they always have to stay in compliance. See, federal action never ended in the world of construction up here in California, because those are federal contracts, so they have to be in compliance. So I always worked because they needed a woman on the job. They still tried to treat me like I didn't know what the hell I was doing and stuff, and they would always hire me over a black man. And the first thing they'll do to you is give you a flag. You'll see a lot of black people flagging, and they highly skilled. And my attitude was, you gonna pay me all this fucking money to flag? I'll flag. It don't matter to me. I don't have to break a nail that day and stuff. And when I say about the emotions, my royal family, what I was saying is, I said, okay, they letting them get away with treating the employees horrible. These people be out here. I've seen Mexican guys get cussed out, scream. I done seen all kind of shit on these jobs. I have seen it. Trust and believe. Up close and personal. And I've had fights. I didn't choke white men. I didn't threw hammers. I mean, just to eat. They left me the fuck alone. Now let me get back to the emotional part. So my prediction came true. You know, you the one that own the company, and you know that the people that's working under you are doing all kind of shit on the job. All kind of racist shit. And I said to myself, one day it's going to hit their pocket. One day it's going to hit them. So it's like this, my royal family. You have a company. You hire me. And you know I'm a fuck up. and I'm getting away with everything, but you don't care because you getting the contracts. So you have a feeling for me because you like me, we the same race, and it doesn't affect you at all. You're going to get your contracts. And I said, one of these days it's going to hit one of these contractors where it's going to affect them getting a contract. See, sometimes, my royal family, when you have a company, you cannot hire a person based on how you feel about them. You know what I'm saying? Based on how you feel, you like that person, and then you overlook their highly dysfunctional behavior. I'm telling you, this is shocking to me. So anyway, now remember that video I did, that was January 4th, and this happened a few months ago, and it took them this long to come up with the decision. Now check this out.
With American Sewer Services. Now this comes after the company has been under fire over two pictures from last month.
Brandon Rook was at the meeting this morning and has more on details.
Charles and Shannon, American Sewer Services is now missing out on more than $800,000. The owner of the company actually agreed to these terms last week. Take a look on this signed agreement between American Sewer Services and the Department of Public Works. There are two key components. The city will terminate the contract for the company's job site on 25th and Wells. This is where the KKK sticker was found on a worker's lunch cooler. The city will also reject American Sewer Services from a bid on another project near 45th and Wells. American Sewer Services cannot rebid on any of these projects, and the company cannot protest any contents of this agreement. This company has been under fire after photos of workers brandishing guns on a job site went viral. Alderman Robert Bauman says terminating all of American Sewer Services contracts and disbarring them from any future city projects is also possible.
Well, I think this is the first step. This may not necessarily be the final action that the council takes. The city is going to have certain expectations as to how their employees behave in our neighborhoods, and we want to make sure that the message is heard very clearly by those contractors.
DPW Commissioner Ghassan Corbin says now the company only has 2 to 3 projects that they're currently working on in the city. From City Hall, I'm Brandon Rook, today's TMJ4.
Wow, my royal family, y'all do not know how shocked I am. I can't even wait till I finish uploading this video because it's going to even blow my husband back. I have never seen this, but the part that get me about it was they still said he agreed to the terms. They always still treat them with some type of dignity. It's just like when these cops beat the hell out of us and they didn't got caught doing it. Remember the case, my royal family, where this cop is beating the hell out of a black woman on the freeway? I mean, homeless black woman, I mean, he beating the living shit out of her. And I kept up with that case, and the prosecutor, the DA actually didn't even charge that cop, and they put in an article that the cop agreed to resign. So they still give them the power. So I ain't lost sight of that. But the thing that's shocking to me is they are even considering that they can't even get future contracts. So now the contractor is starting to hit his pocket, and is he going to continue to hire his buddies for his company based on his emotions, based on how he feel? Because basically what they saying is they condone their behavior. They condone them bringing guns. They condone them putting up KK stickers on the lunch pail. That's intimidation. So that tells me, given that region, there's probably a lot of brothers working on that job too as well, and I know definitely Mexicans too as well. But for them to pull that type of shit, they were intimidating somebody's on that job, and it must have been too many of us working out there, so they want to show them I'm displaying what I'm displaying. Like, using subliminal messages. And the only reason why the city did what they did, because the shit went viral. I keep telling the royal family, we are in the age of exposure. And I keep throwing my energy out there. They 6,000 years. People say, oh, their 6,000 years is almost up. No, I have declared it. They 6,000 years is over. And as I speak, those curses is coming down. As I speak, prophecy will be fulfilled. As I speak, these people are getting the wrath as I speak. The royal family gonna have to step it up, and all of these motherfuckers is gonna have to feel all the shit that they have done to us and continue to do to us, because all I keep hearing is not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. It is sickening. And then when one of us wins something, they want to go fucking crazy. And the word I keep using is hypervia. And then they want to play these old fake games with us when one of them get caught with some stuff, and they want to act like they got morals and then play with our mind. Well, the person resigned and they working somewhere else. They always have shit lined up for them. So it's a spotlight on them. So always remember, my royal family, when wherever you work, and 9 times out of 10, they hire them based on emotions, based on how they feel about them. And maybe they don't want to outwardly do dirt to you. They know that they own is going to do it. Because a lot of people then sue these companies, but when you start losing contracts after contracts after contracts, you're going to start looking at the people that you have great feelings for, because it's going to get to the point, my royal family, that these folks, based on their behavior and their conduct and getting along and going along and being silent, is going to affect their immediate situation on a high percentage level. I'm on one. Preach. Thank you, Father. So, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, I say, and my royal family, right now it is 1:17 a.m. Our Father always told me I would see the number 17. Thank you, God. Thank you for your mercy and grace.